guys, welcome back. Today I'm trying out the new L'Oreal True Match Lumi Cushion Foundation. It has some interesting packaging that I don't know if I've ever seen before from a drugstore. It's a buildable luminous foundation that comes with a little cushion to apply it, and when I read about it, it said that this is an air cushion that's supposed to deliver the perfect amount of coverage when you apply it. And as for color, I'm N4, and it was a little bit tough to find mine because I feel like I'm in between some of the shades, but I went with N4. And as for the price, I bought this from Walmart for $20. And when I first saw the price tag, I was like, damn, Gina, that's expensive. But if you think about higher end foundations, they're about $40 to $50. So I guess this is definitely a lot better than that. And I just have to accept the fact that times are changing. All right, enough chit chat, let's get this foundation on. So when you open it up, it comes with a mirror, which I think is a really nice accent for a drugstore foundation. And when you open it up in here, the foundation is underneath this. It's a sponge soaked with foundation, basically. And what you're supposed to do is do one tap. Whoa, one tap for a sheer application. So we'll start with one side of the face. By the way, look at this. What is this? It'll be interesting to see how well the foundation covers that out. I don't know where that came from. I woke up with it and I was like, great. You have to grip onto it pretty well or else it just kind of slips off your fingers. By the way, before we keep going here, I wanted to mention that because this is a luminous foundation and I have combination skin, I tend to get oily throughout the day on my T-zone. I used my MAC Oil Control Lotion as my moisturizer today just because this is probably going to be more of that dewy look, so I wanted to make sure that my skincare was right beforehand. Okay, so this is just not doing enough for me, so I need to do another pump. It feels like it's already dry on the sponge. Maybe I'll try tapping. Let's see. That's a little bit better, I guess. Alright, so here it is with 3 full layers of foundation. It's definitely a better color match than I thought it was going to be, so that worked out. But I'm still not really convinced. Like, I still want to go in and blend it more, but I feel like I can't really do that with this sponge because it's just kind of moving the foundation around, like it's not setting with this. And now I kind of want to go in with a brush on this side. I know that totally defeats the purpose, but I feel like we might have better results. So I'm going to I'll do a little bit on the brush and... oh, that doesn't work at all. Let's try again. Okay, so it's definitely starting to build up, but I feel like I'm defeating the purpose with this brush because it's not really doing much better of a job. So I'm gonna go back in with this guy again, doing 2 pumps. It covered this nicely, got rid of the redness, which is a bonus. So I'm finding myself trying to layer on the foundation, hoping to build up the coverage, but I think we are maxed out. This is as much as we're going to get. So now I'm gonna go in with this beauty blender and just kind of blend it in a little bit more. I don't know if it took away a little bit of the coverage, so what I'm gonna do just to see is go back in with the beauty blender now and try it this way. So it's completely saturated and oh, it already applies better with the beauty blender than the sponge it came with. It still looks and feels pretty wet on the skin, like it's still transferring, so I'm definitely going to need to go in and set this with a powder. It does kind of feel a little bit greasy right now, like let's just say my skin feels very hydrated, so if you have dry skin, you'll probably love that. But coverage-wise, at this stage, it's just not enough for my liking, but again, this is supposed to be more of a natural looking finish. I just applied a little bit of under eye concealer, and now to set the foundation, I'm going to use my Maybelline Fit Me Matte and Poreless powder in number 130, and this is what I usually use when I want more of that matte look, and with this foundation, I'm definitely going to be using something with a little bit more mattifying power. But now I actually like the way it looks. I can actually appreciate the coverage of it and how it makes my skin look, because before I actually went in with the powder, it was just too wet looking and too greasy looking. It looked unfinished. Now I'm going to go back in with some more product to finish up my face, and then I'll show you what it looks like. Oh gosh, this just throws everything off. But yeah, my skin's looking good. I'm looking luminous and dewy, not greasy. But with that said, it's 3:15 in the afternoon. I'm going to continue to wear this and see how this luminous coverage works on me, so I'll check back soon. I'm back and it is 9:52. I really need to change my background. I've had this on for far too long, but I've been wearing the foundation for a pretty long time now, like hours. It's almost been 7 hours, and I didn't touch up my face whatsoever, so that's probably why you're seeing what you what you're seeing right now. It's pretty dewy. I actually didn't even look at it until I came home, and my first reaction was, ooh girl, your face is shiny. But I took my mirror and I really stared at it, especially around my nose and my chin, because that's usually where foundation tends to wear off first. But it looks pretty good. Like, I still have coverage. It didn't get cakey. Something else I look for with foundation to see how well my bronzer and blush looks at the end of the day, and I've got to say it looks pretty good. Didn't break down as much as I thought it was going to, because especially with more of an oilier, luminous looking foundation, it usually tends to mix and to start to separate. What I really want to try now is touching it up, as this is usually what I would do throughout the day, just to get rid of any shininess. And I gotta admit, I'm really liking what it's looking like at this moment, which is actually really surprising, because when I first applied it this afternoon, I didn't think I was going to like it as much, just because usually when I'm looking for a foundation, I like a little bit more full coverage. And when I say full, I mean like a medium to full coverage, whereas this one's more sheer to medium. And I want to say more emphasis on sheer because it gives you a very natural finish. I personally don't know if I'm going to be wearing this as an everyday foundation for myself, because I do think that it requires a little bit more work, especially with this sponge applicator. I would recommend this for anybody that doesn't have a lot on their face to cover, who's looking for more of a natural finish. And if you have dry skin, I think this would be amazing for you. Now, if you have more oily combination skin, I don't think I would recommend this to you, because there's a big chance you're not going to like it. I just think that if you're one of those people that doesn't like any bit of shine to their face, don't even pick this foundation up. Now, I gotta talk about this packaging, because I feel like you're paying a higher price for the foundation based on the packaging. And this is actually what I like least about the foundation, is because I really just don't like the sponge. I feel like it doesn't apply the foundation how I want it to. And I almost feel like it soaks up a lot of the product. And then in here, when I first saw this, I was like, it caught my attention, it's something cool. But then I thought it's a sponge and it has the possibility of going dry, and then I wondered how long that would take for that to happen, because it says to keep the lid on here pretty tight after each use. So I don't know, that's just something that ran through my mind. So I hope you guys like this review. Don't forget to give the video a thumbs up if you found it helpful. Make sure to click that subscribe button, and I will see you all in the next video. Bye!